Let's read the story for today, entitled Share It. Mrs. Chua allotted 1,800 pesos to her 3 children's school projects. This amount is to be divided according to the ratio 2:3:4. How much will each child receive? Now, this kind of problem can be solved using partitive proportion, another kind of proportion wherein a whole is divided into parts proportional to the given ratio. The relationship, as you can see, we have 2 units, and then another 3 units, and then 4 units. It will be divided into 1,800. Now, let's solve the story problem. To solve this, we need to follow the steps. First, we need to add the terms of the ratio to find the total number of parts. So we have 2 plus 3 plus 4, that is equals to 9. Then, divide the sum to the 1,800. Okay, so the total amount that is allotted by Mrs. Chua is 1,800, so we need to divide it to 9. And the answer is 18, 0, 2 more zeros, so you may add 2 zeros here. Now, the answer for each term is 200. Now, what we're going to do is to multiply each term of the ratio by the answer, which is this is 200, and since this is 2:3:4, we multiply this each term, so we have 2 times 200. So the first child will have 400 pesos, and then the second child, which is the term is 3 multiplied by 200, that is 600, and then for the third child, we have 800. Let's check if the total is 1,800. So we have the first child will receive 400 pesos, second child will receive 600 pesos, the third child will receive 800 pesos. So if we're going to add that, let's make sure that it is 1,800. So 8 plus 6 is 14 plus 4. Yes, it's 1,800. So our answers are correct. Next, let's have more examples. Partition each quantity into specified ratio. So 80 in the ratio of 2:3. So again, to find its partitive proportion, we need to add the total number of parts. So we have 2 plus 3, that is 5. Then we divide it to 80. Okay, and that is 1, 5, 3, 30, and that's 6, 30. Okay. So the answer is 16. So this time, we are going to multiply it to each term. We have 2 times 16. We have 32. And 3 times 16 is 48. Therefore, if we're going to partition this 80 in the ratio of 2:3, the answer is 32:48. Next, divide 110 in the ratio of 4:3:4. So again, the steps is we're going to add the terms of the ratio to find the total number of parts. So we have 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 4, it's 11. Then we divide it to the whatever is the number here, which is 110. Divide, so it's 1, 11, 0, bring down 0, then divide. So the answer is 10. This time, we can now multiply each term to the answer. So we have 4, that is 40. We have 3 times 10, that is 30. And 4 times 10 again is 40. So we can write it as 40:30:40. Okay, let's check if the total is 110. So this is 70 plus 40, it's 110. So it's correct. Next, 480 was divided in the ratio of 3:5 between 2 girls. How much did each one receive? So, we have 480. We add first the 3 and 5, which is 8. Then we divide it to 480. That is 6, 48, 0, 0. Okay, so the answer is 60. We can now multiply each term. 3 times 60 is 180. Then we have 5 times 60 is equals to 300. So, the first girl will receive 180 pesos and the second girl will receive 300 pesos. And if you're going to get the total, we have 480 pesos. Next, the ratio of sunflower to santan to rose in the garden is 3:4:5. If there are a total of 360 flowers in the garden, how many santan are there? So the question is just the number of santan in the garden. But it is given that the ratio of the sunflower is 3:4:5. So let's write it here so that we will not get confused. 3 is the part for the sunflower. This is for the santan. And this part is for the rose. So again, we add the total number of parts. So we have 5 plus 4 is 9 plus 3, that is 12. Then we divide it from 360 because that's the total number of flowers. So we have 3, 36. Bring down 0, add 0. Okay. So the answer is 30. Now, do we need to multiply this term to each of the ratio or to each of the term from the sunflower, santan, and then the rose? Of course, no need. What we need is to just get the number of santan. It does not ask for the number of sunflower and the rose, but why we need to add this? So that we need to see how much or how many, so that we can identify how many santan are there, since there are 3 flowers in the garden. Now, to get the number of santan, all you have to do is just to multiply this to the answer, because this term is for the santan. So we have 4 times 30 is 120. So how many santan are there? There are 120 santan flowers in the garden. But if the question is, how many sunflower, santan, and rose is in the garden, then you need to get the answer in each term by multiplying 3 times 30 and then 5 times 30. But to just check, let's see if it is really correct. So how many sunflowers are there? 30 times 3, we have 90. It's 90 sunflowers. And then 30 times 5 for the rose, which is 150. We just need to check if the total number of flowers is 360. So this is for the rose. 0, 9, 10, 11, 16, carry 1, that is 360. So the total is 360. But again, you just have to find for the number of santan because that's the only one that is asked in the problem. Unless they are asked to find for the number of sunflower and the rose as well. Next, a 6-meter piece of string will be cut in the ratio 3:4:5. What is the length of the largest piece? So, the question is the largest piece, the length of the largest piece. It doesn't ask what is the length of each term in this ratio or each piece. So what we're going to do, still the same, we need to add the total number of ratio. We have 5 plus 4, 9 plus 3, that is 12. So we have 6 divide 12. So the total ratio is 12. Then you divide it with the 6-meter piece of string. So since you can't divide 6 divide 12, you add decimal point, add 0. Then 60 divided 12 is 5. It is 60. Okay, so no more remainder. The answer is 0.5. Now, what do you think is the largest piece? Of course, this one is the 5. So this is just what we're going to find out. We multiply this term, 5 times 0.5, to get the length of the largest piece, because as you can see, this is the largest piece. So we have 5 times 0.05, so we have 2.5. So the answer is, what is the length of the largest piece? The length is 2.5 meters. Okay, so but if it will ask what is the length of each piece, then that's the time that you need to multiply the answer to each term so that you will know the length of each piece. But since the question is the largest piece only, then you just have to multiply the largest piece, which is 5, to the answer, which is 0.5.